Well, the idea of communicating with our loved ones who have passed on has always been very intriguing to me, and that's why I'm so glad to welcome our next guest. Travis Holp is a Tacoma-based psychic medium and spiritual guide, and he's an all-around incredible human being. So welcome to the show. I saw you now in person for the first time, which is amazing. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, and on such a big day, I feel honored to be here.
Well, speaking of which, full disclosure, so Travis did a reading for me a few weeks back. So I had just made the decision about the new job, literally like just at that point. And I hadn't told a soul. I certainly didn't say, hi, nice to meet you, I'm taking a new job. But boy, did you pick up on things. So let's take a listen.
He keeps talking about transition or moving. Who has the, or do you have the move, or does your grandmother have the move? Who's got the transition or the moving that's happening right now? Because he keeps giving me boxes. He just is like checking in, and he's just really proud of just kind of some of the steps that you're taking. And then how do you understand October or the 10th of the month connected to her, connected to you? This would be birth date, anniversary of passing, wedding anniversary.
10th of the month, nothing.
Or October. I keep getting 10, so it's either October or the 10th of the month. They're giving you flowers, so whenever I get flowers for someone, it's a couple of things. We've either just hit a really big milestone in our life, we have just gotten to the end of something. So I don't know what you're at the end of. I don't know what the process is that you're in the end of, but it feels like we're in a completion right now. So they're just wanting to say, congratulations, you did it.
Oh. Did you see how wide my eyes got? He's like, I don't know if you're at the end of something. I was like, oh my gosh. And that was crazy because that was my grandfather who was coming through at that moment, who was a radio DJ for many, many years.
Yeah.
And
it was such a fun reading. You know what's so funny is I never know what's going to come through. And my job as the medium is just to deliver the mail, not to read it. So it's so nice to see how those pieces connected for you after the fact.
It is wild. And then the other thing that was really powerful is my mom came through, and she died of cancer a few years ago. I know I've shared this with you all before. But her message was one that I actually didn't know that I needed to hear. So stand by for some tears.
She just keeps saying, she's like, we did all we could do.
Okay.
She just makes me feel like we did all we could do. I don't know if there was like a thought of like, could we have done more? Could there have been another treatment? Was there something else that we could have done? I just keep getting at we did all we could do.
Trying not to cry.
That's okay.
Yeah, that tracks like hard.
Do you understand being hard on yourself around her passing? Like, she's like making me so hot, like right here. I don't know if this is something that you still carry or something that we still work through every day, but she keeps talking about like, she's like my daughter was like calling people. She was doing things. She's like in the hospital. Like, you guys have to do something. Like,
it was a bit intense.
She's just wanting to let you know, honey, she's okay. She's at peace.
That was really, really powerful for me. And you had it right. I mean, I was calling Fred Hutch at the last minute going like, do you have a trial? Do you get that from people a lot, that they can finally let go of something after they've spoken with you?
Yeah, that energy of our loved ones being present, it's very healing. And so, like I said earlier, I'm just delivering the mail. I'm not reading it.
Yeah.
But those messages that come through from loved ones, I do see like that relief that hits people in the moment during a session.
Yeah.
You see their body language shift. You see them almost like kind of like melt into their seat a bit. Like, okay, I was carrying that. I can let that go now.
I think that even for someone who might be a skeptic and not know what to do with what you do, I think there's got to be some relief in that, and there's got to be something that goes, wow, that clicks. Can I ask you about your gift?
Yeah, sure.
Like, how does it come through all the time? Can you mentally block? Can you be like, okay, do not disturb?
Yeah, when I go out in public, I just kind of dim it or turn it down. I can never turn it completely off, but I do things just to kind of keep my energy nice and clear. That way I can have conversations with people, and it's like, oh, I got your dad here and he's wanting to let you know. So I do have ways that I turn it down.
Because I can see, I mean, I actually watched you physically when you were talking about getting hot. I watched your body get red.
Yeah, it's a physical.
And you were coughing at one point because you were talking about the throat. So like this has to be very hard on you physically.
You know what? It's not. When sometimes in sessions when I'm feeling where someone passed, I am feeling it, but it's not intense, but it does. I feel it all through my body. I see, I hear, and mostly I feel. And so that's how I receive the information. I'm like a radio. I just like, tune a little dial to another station, and that's what I'm picking up on.
That's really fascinating. So, okay, before you, because you have a show coming up, that's got to be intense having that many people. How do you, I mean, is it like a bunch of people shouting at once? I mean, how do you handle that?
Well, I kind of set up beforehand. I sit down, I meditate, and I just let the spirit energy know, like, here's how I want to receive. I want everyone to stand in a single file line, one at a time, and for the most part, spirit listens and cooperates, which is great. Live events are so fun because there is so much energy coming through. People in the room can feel it, even if they're not getting a reading, they resonate with a lot of the messages that come
100%.
through. And so it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, definitely some healing. It's just a great time.
That's beautiful. Can I ask you, how old were you when you found this out? I'm kind of feeling like, I mean, were you a kid? I mean, how do you know?
Yeah, I was a kid when I would have this like vivid imagination. I was afraid to like sleep alone in my room. I always felt like there was a presence with me. And it wasn't until I was a little bit older when I started learning like, what is this? What does this mean? Where I understood and kind of connected the dots. I'm like, oh, just talk to people who are non-physical. No big deal.
No big deal. It's fine. Not freaking out my parents at all. Can I ask, I know that people are going to be coming and they're going to be ready to receive you, but there also are going to be some folks coming who are skeptics. Who are like, I don't know. What do you say to folks who say, this isn't real, this is your emotional reaction, and how do you kind of let them work through that?
Yeah, I'm not for them. I'm just here to share what comes through. If it resonates, amazing. It's not my job nor my burden to carry to convince someone. And my job simply is just to deliver the messages, not read the mail, right? And so if somebody resonates, amazing. If they don't, that's okay. I think that we can believe what we want to believe. That's fine.
It is crazy. And I would say, like, if you're gonna go, it would be fun. So I was downstairs in my office basement when I was talking to you, and the fact that the first person that came through was my grandfather. And my grandfather and my grandmother, they had not a very happy end to the marriage. So he said, and you said it just then, you were like, he wants to ask about somebody at the J. I'm like, his wife, Joanne, and he's sorry. You were like, he's sorry and he loves her. And I went upstairs and I said, you're not gonna believe this, but he said he's sorry and he loves you. She's like, I'll take the apology. But it is funny. I mean, is that the kind of like, what other things do people kind of get from that are just like, all right.
I mean, I never know what's going to come through, right? Which is, always fun for me because I'm like, oh, what are we going to have today? Sometimes we do have those spirit communicators that come through that the person in front of me, they needed that healing or they need that relief. And then sometimes we have loved ones that come through that are just there for like some laughs and to bring some joy. And so,
which is so good.
Yeah, it's great. It's just this really awesome way to just share healing and love and joy with people.
All right, so finally, how can people see your show?
They can come see me at the Tacoma Theater on the Square on October 5th. The show starts at, I believe, 8 p.m. and you can get tickets at travisholp.com or on Ticketmaster by searching Travis Holp.
Perfect. Well, I hope it was a wonderful night. It was an honor to have you read me, and I appreciate you so much. And by the way, y'all, if you're going to go, don't forget your tissues, all right? Please don't miss Travis's live show. It is Saturday, October 5th at the theater on the Square in Tacoma, like you just said. Hurry up and get your tickets. And of course, we will have details on our own website.